Hi everyone, it's Caroline. How's everyone today? Thank you for joining me in this little crafty whatever I'm going to do. I'm going to work in my journal, but I'm also wanted to share. These are the latest little porch printing that I did. I was going to do it in the yard and the sun was shining. This was a couple days ago. Then all of a sudden it clouded over and started to rain. So I had to change my plan. I bought this paper here. This paper is from the thrift store. It's not watercolor paper, but it's thicker art paper. And there was actually some art in it when I started ripping the pages out to do this eco printing. Well, it's eco. It's actually coffee that I had been saving, you know, the leftover in our pot. In the mornings, I'd been putting it in a mason jar and I had enough to do some staining. So I did, and this is what I got. And oh my goodness, I'm so happy with the sharp image that it gave. And I have little markings on here from the previous owner of this pad of paper, or wait, it was ring bound and I just ripped them out. So I'll just go through with you these pages. And I only did one side of my stencil, but it went through to the other side. It just soaked in very nicely. And I did not dip my papers in the coffee. I had the papers all laid out on my cape that I'm reusing. And then I just, I took I took one of my basting brushes from the kitchen drawer. It's a silicone one. I mean, you can get them at the dollar store, I'm sure. And I just dipped in and started painting the coffee. And look at, this is what the previous owner had started to draw. I think it was a vase. I just left it and I thought that would be a cool addition to this page. There. You can see the overlap in some of these. And this is just our regular, this is what I drink in the morning. This is not instant coffee. I'd just been saving it, and I thought, I took a look at the top of the mason jar because it was getting full. Wanted to peek because I keep it in the cupboard with a lid on it, and I thought, oh, I better start using it because it will get moldy. I don't keep it in the fridge. Maybe I should. This is a cool one here. That really gave a nice print. The back side of that. And I had put them underneath. They didn't crinkle up or anything like I did with the food coloring or the acrylic paints, and I didn't crunch these pages up, so they weren't too crumpled. I did put them underneath just a heavy stack of items for a few days. And here's some more pencil work that the artist previously, that the person that owned it did, and I just left it, and I think it looks cool. A little bit more here, a little bit more there. Here's a stencil. It's just a I think it's a 6 by 6, I think. And that's my little share for today. My little saved coffee basting brush from the drawer. That's what I thought I'd share with you. And here I am. I have, oh, it's Friday's Free Flow. I always forget to introduce that. It is Friday. Thank you for joining me today. I hope you have a crafty session, relaxing session. Wherever you are, whatever you're doing, take some time. I always have to say that because I needed to have that reminder when I was, and still am, keeping busy with daily activities, chores, work, whatever it is. This page here, I've already put the 31 on it. Today's the 1st, so that will be going on here with a new, where is it? I have it right here. My new page of calendar numbers. This is from Jill at Jilly Bean Studio. And I was going to start working in my September journal, but I've already started this. And maybe I will keep this for my September journal because I'll go back and forth. This journal is almost complete. I will look at the colors, how they work well together. I don't want to put this whole napkin on. I think I'm going to isolate a flower. And I will definitely use my... I get excited when I get crafting, and I apologize if I'm rushing ahead with my words. Glad I've been using this pen, wet brush, I should say, for a long time. Oh, look at that color. That looks nice. And when I glued this on last night, that's the last thing I did before I went to bed, is I glued this just in the middle so that I could lift up the edges if I wanted to put this on. Oh, the other thing I have, this is in my basket too, and this is just a whole bunch of, I just made some of my photos and made, squeezed them down in size and printed them on cardstock. I have this lady that I'm going to cut out. She is, I think I made her in my junk journal July, one of the prompts. I would have to look it up because I cannot remember right now, and I think that's where that's from. Maybe this doesn't even have to go on here like that. She could go in here. Just looking for the right spot. I'll do it like that. Well, what's everybody doing today? What's on your desk? Or your table, your workspace? Maybe you're out in the garden. Maybe you're on the porch, like I like to be on the porch. Today's going to be an excellent day for that. I have this magazine page that I was testing one of my gel pens, and that was in my scrap basket. So I think what I need to do is do a little bit of an edge so that it stands out, because it's just kind of floating around and it's all the same colors. I'm going to try that. If it does not work, I can peel it back, remove it, or use it in something else, because then I think it's just not going to work for this page. But in the meantime, I'm going to glue this on. There, that's a good little handy piece of paper to find, piece of magazine. So maybe what I'll do is I'll have this here alone, this flower. I can glue that down the edges. Maybe I'll do that right now, just so I'm not going to be contemplating it too much. I'll just glue that down. I think I like that up here on its own. It's big enough. And then this will be a cluster down over in the corner somewhere over here. And I'll have lots of space for journaling. I'm not making a pocket on this one or a tuck spot. I'll just journal in some of the open spaces, areas. Jim and Brett, my husband and son, that were on an amazing epic adventure out west. They went wheeling, as they call it, off-roading in their Jeeps on the Rubicon Trail. And then they were finished that, and they did another trail, which is a very hard one, they have been watching and looking at and everything. It's Fordyce where's the Fordyce? I think that's still in California. And they had people that they had ran into that were going there and took them, because they said that after they got there, they would have never found it on their own, this particular spot that they went off-roading on. And they also went then on their way home, coming back east, they stopped in Utah and went to the Moab. So that's my little update for the guys. Something not too bright. Oh, maybe this one. And they don't say the colors on here, so I don't know which one is Crayola. This is from a stamp book, stamp collector's book. I know I've said it in another video, and my dad was an avid stamp collector. He belonged to quite a few clubs and groups and that. And I wish I had his stuff. But I didn't know at the time. Wasn't really interested, you know. Not too low. Not too low. Like that, I think. Okay, so let's put that blends right in. I don't mind. Okay, I think I like that better. I just had to do that. I didn't want it on top. My little paper stamp. I have lots of real stamps, but this was right here. Again, I'm using up scraps. And this can go, well, let's do it right there. These little circles that I put on this side, so this was all little scraps too. On this side, I should show, whoops. I will do all this in the flip through too. There's a piece of this stamp. Here's a place where I'm going to journal. This is some of my wax paper. Okay, I think that's enough. I think that's enough. And I think this is it for today. Let's take a quick look. I just came in from doing the grass, and I looked at my composition, and it was not pleasing to me. I think I finally have it figured out. I still have not done my journaling yet. And what I did is I added some thread. I just needed to soften the edges, and thread, to me, that does it. Gives it a little more texture. And I peeled back some of this layer here. It was just too square. And then I just distressed it. I also added, I have an old hairspray lid. Comes in great for making rings. And so I did that with the coffee. And then I also added this little crown, and I put some gold, a little bit of gold paint on there. I think she is a royalty, so she is a grungy princess or something like that. And so I put that there, and then with this piece of lace. And I think that sort of dulls back this edge here and the edge of this stamp, and then also over here. There we go. That is a lot more pleasing to me. Thanks again, everyone. I really appreciate each and every one of you. I hope you had a fabulous day, or are still having a fabulous day. Whatever you're doing, don't forget to kick back a bit, have a play, or just have some quiet time listening and getting inspired, just like I do. And I hope today has given you a little bit of inspiration. As always, remember to be adventurous in whatever you do, and also remember to stay fresh. See you later. Bye for now.